Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine. Let's learn SQL with DevK Learner. So our today's agenda is to insert values in a table. So let's move to Insertinto. About Insertinto. So we have a requirement to insert a new record in a table. For that we use Insertinto statement. Let's move to the syntax of the Insertinto. There are two ways of inserting values in a table. So in a first way, we have using the first way, you can insert the values in a specific columns of your table. Sometimes we have a requirement that we don't want to insert full row values. Instead, we want to insert the values in a specific columns. For that, we use the first way. In that, you have to write down the Insertinto statement, then write down the name of the table. Then after writing the name of the table, you in brackets you have to mention those columns in which you want to insert the values. After declaring the column names, you have to write down the value clause, and in the value clause you have to mention the values which you want to insert. These value should be the value number of values should be same as the number of columns which you have mentioned here, and the order should also be same. The column which you have mentioned and the data type which you have declared, the value should be same as the data type you have mentioned for the column, otherwise it will show an error. And second way will tell us that how you can insert a full new record in a table. Sorry, insert into for that you have to write down insert into, then table name and the values. Here you can see you have to mention the values, and using this second way you can insert a new record. A new record will going to insert values for all the columns which you have declared while creating a table. So that's why the order of the columns value should be same as the columns which you have declared while creating it. And the data type should be, you should be careful for the data type, the data type which you have mentioned for the columns. Again, the data type which you have mentioned for the columns, the value should also match accordingly. You have to write down the values accordingly, otherwise it will show errors to you. Let's move to SQL Server, where I will show you how to use these two commands, these two statements. I have already created employee table, and I have already shown how to create employee table in my previous videos. My employee table is already existing. This is the design of my table. So let's see how we can insert the value in my, how we can insert the new record in my table of employee. So insert into, table name is employee, values. First of all, I have to write down the ID, name, then address. ID, let's say I am taking 5, name, Yatika, address, then age, Jaipur, age 26, gender and the department. female, here's the gender, and the department, sales. So let's run this query. One row affected. So like this you can insert the values in your table, and in this statement I have inserted a new record in all and the values in all my columns of a table. But let's say I want to insert values in a specific columns. For that, insert into employee values. Let's say I just but before writing value clause, I have to mention in which column I want to insert the values. For that, let's say I want to insert the values in employee ID and employee name and its department, or let's say employee ID and employee name only. So here I have to mention employee ID, employee name, then value clause. In brackets, I have to mention the IDs, that is, let's say I'm taking 6, and the name Gaurav. Let's close the bracket. Let's run it. One row has been affected. So like this you can insert the rows in a specific column as per your requirement. So thank you everyone for watching this video with DevK Learner. Thank you. Bye.